Let's see how much Bob Odenkirk really earned throughout their entire career. Bob Odenkirk's journey through Hollywood is one of the most fascinating financial stories in entertainment history. Bob's career began back in 1987 when he joined the legendary Saturday Night Live as both a writer and performer. Over 4 years and 13 episodes, he pulled in $30,000 total. Now, that might sound modest, but this was based on the standard SAG writer-performer scale of the late 80s, which started at around $500 per episode. He was working alongside future stars like Conan O'Brien, who had similar starting salaries. Interestingly, Bob wrote some sketches during this period that were never produced, including one that would later become the basis for his iconic character work. In 1991, Bob moved to Get a Life, earning $25,000 for his writing work on this low-budget Fox comedy. The show had a cult following but struggled with network support. From there, he jumped to The Dennis Miller Show in 1992, picking up $15,000 as an HBO sketch writer. This was entry-level work, but Bob was building his reputation. Everything started shifting with The Ben Stiller Show in 1992. This is where Bob earned $40,000 across 13 episodes as both writer and performer. The show won an Emmy for writing, which boosted his residuals significantly. Here's something most people don't know. Bob and David Cross, who became his longtime collaborator, first developed their chemistry on this set, often staying late to improvise sketches that never made it to air. Bob's first confirmed guest appearance came in 1993 on The Jackie Thomas Show, where he played Elmer and earned exactly $2,000 based on SAG minimum rates. That same year, he appeared on Roseanne as Jim for $2,500. These might seem like small gigs, but they were steady work that kept him visible. The real game changer came with The Larry Sanders Show from 1993 to 1998. Bob played Steve Grant across 11 episodes and earned $150,000 total, plus an estimated $20,000 in HBO residuals over his lifetime. This HBO gig was paying him between $10,000 and $15,000 per episode, which was substantial for recurring work in the 90s. The show was legendary for giving comedians creative freedom, and Bob often improvised his lines, which made his character one of the most memorable recurring roles. Simultaneously, Bob was writing for Late Night with Conan O'Brien from 1993 to 1994, earning $50,000. He was grinding, juggling multiple projects, and building his brand as both a performer and behind-the-scenes talent. In 1994, Bob created a pilot called Life on Mars where he played Bob. He earned $20,000 for this creator-writer package, but the show never aired. This kind of thing happened all the time in 90s television, but Bob kept pushing forward. Then came the project that would define his early career, Mr. Show with Bob and David, running from 1995 to 1998. Bob co-created this with David Cross, and over 30 episodes he earned $300,000 plus an estimated $50,000 in residuals. They were splitting roughly $10,000 per episode, comparable to shows like Kids in the Hall. Mr. Show became a cult phenomenon and is still referenced today as one of the most influential sketch shows ever made. Here's a wild fact: most of the show was filmed in a single week bursts, with Bob and David writing frantically between tapings, often surviving on almost no sleep. Bob kept diversifying. He did voice work on Dr. Katz Professional Therapist in 1996 for $1,500, then appeared on Seinfeld as Ben, earning $5,000. That Seinfeld appearance has generated an estimated $10,000 in syndication residuals over his lifetime. Seinfeld guest spots became gold mines because the show has never stopped airing. He wrote for The Dana Carvey Show in 1996, pulling in $20,000 for 8 episodes. Then came News Radio from 1997 to 1998, where he played Dr. Smith and Bob across 2 episodes for $10,000 total. He also appeared twice on Everybody Loves Raymond as Scott Preeman, earning $15,000 with another $10,000 in syndication. From 1997 to 2000, Bob worked as co-creator, writer, and executive producer on Tenacious D, earning $40,000. The show had an unaired pilot, but Bob's involvement helped Jack Black and Kyle Gass develop what would become a major comedy brand. The late 90s brought more guest spots. He appeared on Space Ghost Coast to Coast in 1997 for $2,000, Just Shoot Me in 1999 for $3,000, and Third Rock from the Sun for $3,500. Each appearance added to his growing reputation as a reliable comedy presence. The year 2000 brought a pivotal moment. Bob appeared on the pilot of Curb Your Enthusiasm as Gil, earning $10,000. His connection to Larry David and the show's success has generated an estimated $20,000 in residuals. Bob has talked about how working with Larry David taught him about improvisation within structure, something that would become crucial to his later work. Bob continued creating pilots throughout the early 2000s. The Near Future in 2000 earned him $25,000. He guest starred on Ed in 2001 for $4,000 and The Andy Dick Show for $3,000. In 2002, he created another HBO pilot called Next, earning $20,000. Then came Run Ronnie Run in 2002, a film spin-off of Mr. Show. Bob earned $50,000 as both actor and writer for this low-budget indie. Unfortunately, the movie flopped, minimizing any back-end potential. The film was heavily re-edited by the studio against Bob and David's wishes, and they both disowned the final version. In 2003, Bob directed and starred in Melvin Goes to Dinner, a micro-budget film where he earned $30,000. He partially self-financed this project, showing his willingness to invest in his creative vision. That same year, he directed an HBO pilot called Highway to Oblivion for $15,000, appeared on Less Than Perfect for $4,000, and did voice work on Futurama as Chaz for $2,000 with $5,000 in residuals. Bob created multiple pilots in 2003, including The Big Wide World of Carl Laemke, where he earned $25,000 as creator and star, and Slice of Life for $10,000. He also made a memorable appearance on Arrested Development as Dr. Phil Gunty, earning $5,000 with $10,000 in residuals. Arrested Development would become another cult classic that generated long-term residuals. The mid-2000s brought steady work. He appeared on Joey in 2004 for $5,000, did voice work on Aqua Teen Hunger Force as Bean Wizard for $1,500, and worked on Tom Goes to the Mayor from 2004 to 2006 as writer and executive producer, earning $150,000 across 21 episodes. This Adult Swim show was comparable to Tim and Eric's compensation structure. Bob appeared in several films during this period. He did Crank Yanker's voice work in 2005 for $1,500, appeared in Sarah Silverman, Jesus is Magic for $10,000, and had roles in Danny Roan First Time Director for $20,000 and Relative Strangers for $25,000 in 2006. A major directorial opportunity came with Let's Go to Prison in 2006. Bob earned $100,000 as director and lead for this low-budget Universal comedy. While the film underperformed at the box office, it was another step toward bigger opportunities. He voiced characters on Freak Show in 2006 for $10,000 total, appeared in The Brothers Solomon in 2007 for $30,000, and made a brief appearance in Super High Me for $5,000. From 2007 to 2010, he worked as a creative consultant on Tim and Eric Awesome's show Great Job, earning $100,000 across 25 episodes. Bob created another show in 2007 called Derek and Simon, The Show, earning $30,000 as co-creator, writer, director, and executive producer across 3 episodes. He also appeared on the Sarah Silverman program for $5,000. Then came the role that would change everything. From 2008 to 2012, Bob played Arthur Hobbs on How I Met Your Mother across 8 episodes, earning $200,000 total at $25,000 per episode. This CBS hit show premium also generated an estimated $50,000 in syndication residuals. The show was at its peak popularity, and Bob's character became a fan favorite. But the real turning point was just around the corner. In 2009, Bob Odenkirk was cast as Saul Goodman on Breaking Bad. From 2009 to 2013, across 36 episodes, Bob earned $900,000 at an initial rate of $25,000 per episode. This was confirmed by multiple entertainment sources. While stars like Aaron Paul eventually earned $100,000 in later seasons, Bob remained in a supporting rate structure. However, he did receive an estimated $100,000 from the series' back-end pool. What most people don't realize is that Bob almost turned down the role. He thought Saul was going to be a one-off character and didn't see the potential. Creator Vince Gilligan had to convince him to commit to multiple episodes. While Breaking Bad was airing, Bob kept working. He did voice work on American Dad for $4,000 across 2 episodes in 2009, appeared on The Good Family and Glenn Martin DDS for $2,000 each, and guest starred on Rules of Engagement for $6,000. He also appeared in the film Operation Endgame for $25,000. In 2010, Bob appeared in the documentary Blood into Wine for $5,000, did voice work on The Life and Times of Tim for $6,000 total, and worked as a creative consultant on Check It Out with Dr. Steve Brule for $20,000. He had a recurring role on Entourage for $30,000 across 3 episodes with $10,000 in residuals, and appeared in the CBS pilot team Spitz for $15,000. He also did a Funny or Die Present sketch for $3,000 and directed a music video for $5,000. Bob created another pilot in 2011 called Let's Do This for IFC, earning $25,000 as creator, director, writer, and executive producer. He appeared on John Benjamin Has a Van for $4,000 and had a supporting role in Son of Morning for $20,000. In 2011, he also also appeared in Take Me Home Tonight, earning $50,000 for this mid-budget comedy. The early 2010s brought more diverse work. He voiced a character in Tim and Eric's billion-dollar movie for $10,000 in 2012, appeared in The Giant Mechanical Man for $25,000, and did guest spots on NTSF SD SUV for $3,000, and Bob's Burgers for $2,500 with $3,000 in residuals. He also appeared on The League for $5,000 with $4,000 in residuals, and worked on Comedy Bang Bang from 2012 to 2016 for $30,000 across 6 episodes. In 2013, Bob's film career started gaining serious momentum. He appeared in Ass Backwards for $15,000, Dealing with Idiots for $20,000, and The Spectacular Now for $50,000. The Spectacular Now was an indie hit that generated about $10,000 in box office bonuses. He had a small uncredited directing role in movie 43 for $25,000, but the real prestige came with Nebraska. Working with director Alexander Payne, Bob earned $100,000 for his supporting role, plus an estimated $20,000 in awards buzz bonuses. The film received massive critical acclaim and multiple Oscar nominations. Bob also appeared in The Office series finale in 2013 as Mark Franks, earning $10,000 with $15,000 in residuals. From 2013 to 2018, he appeared on Drunk History 4 times for $40,000 total. He co-created and directed The Birthday Boys from 2013 to 2014, earning $100,000 across 11 episodes. Then came Fargo. In 2014, Bob starred in the first season of this FX limited series as Chief Bill Oswalt across 9 episodes. He earned $900,000 total at $100,000 per episode, comparable to Martin Freeman's rate. He also received an estimated $50,000 Emmy nomination bonus. This role proved Bob could carry a dramatic series and showcased his range beyond comedy. Throughout 2014 and 2015, Bob continued taking various projects. He did voice work on Trip Tank for $2,000, appeared on Tim and Eric's Bedtime Stories for $5,000, and was interviewed for the documentary I Am Chris Farley for $10,000. He voiced The Devil in Hell and Back for $40,000 and appeared in Freaks of Nature for $50,000. And then came the role that would define his career and make him a legitimate television star. Better Call Saul premiered in 2015 and ran until 2022. Over 63 episodes, Bob Odenkirk earned $11,025,000 as the lead, playing Jimmy McGill / Saul Goodman. His starting rate was $150,000 per episode, which escalated to $200,000 in the final seasons, with an average of $175,000 per episode. He also earned an estimated $2 million from producer back-end syndication deals. This was comparable to Bryan Cranston's $225,000 per episode rate on Breaking Bad's later seasons. Better Call Saul received universal critical acclaim, and Bob received multiple Emmy nominations for his performance. The show's success completely transformed Bob's career trajectory and earning power. During Better Call Saul's run, Bob also revived Mr. Show with the Netflix series W with Bob and David in 2015. He earned $200,000 across 4 episodes at $50,000 per episode, plus an estimated $100,000 in streaming residuals. This was a passion project that brought him back to his sketch comedy roots. In 2017, Bob wrote, produced and starred in Girlfriend's Day for Netflix, earning $150,000. He also had a cameo in The Disaster Artist for $20,000 with $5,000 in box office bonuses, and appeared in Steven Spielberg's The Post for $200,000. The Post was a prestige project with a $46 million budget, and Bob's involvement in the Oscar campaign earned him an estimated $50,000 bonus. From 2017 to 2021, Bob appeared on No Activity for $50,000 across 5 episodes. In 2018, he voiced Winston Deaver in Incredibles 2, earning $100,000. The film became a massive hit, grossing $1.2 billion worldwide, and Bob earned an estimated $200,000 in back-end deals. He also reprised the role for the Lego The Incredibles video game, earning $50,000. Bob's movie career exploded in 2019. He appeared in Long Shot for $300,000, had an uncredited role in Dolomite Is My Name for $25,000, and starred in Greta Gerwig's Little Women as Father Robert March for $250,000. The Oscar nomination for Little Women earned him an estimated $50,000 bonus. He also did a voice appearance on The Simpsons for $5,000 with $10,000 in residuals, and appeared on The Kaminsky Method for $15,000. Then came the role that proved Bob Odenkirk could be an action star. In 2021, Nobody was released, with Bob starring as Hutch Mansell and serving as producer. He earned $1 million up front for this Universal action film with a $16 million budget. The movie grossed $57 million worldwide, earning Bob an estimated $500,000 in box office backend. Nobody became a surprise hit and completely redefined what audiences thought Bob could do. He trained intensively for the role, doing most of his own stunts, and the film's success immediately greenlit greenlit a sequel. In 2021, Bob also appeared in Halloween Kills for $10,000 as a photo cameo, guest starred on Mom for $15,000 with $5,000 in residuals, and appeared on I Think You Should Leave with Tim Robinson for $5,000. From 2021 to 2022, he voiced Feather on Chicago Party Ant for $60,000 across 12 episodes. Bob's projects in 2022 included a voice cameo in The People's Joker for $5,000, starring in Life Upside Down for $100,000, and co-creating the Audible series Summer in Argyle for $50,000. He also appeared in a music video for $2,000. In 2023, Bob starred in the AMC series Lucky Hank as the lead character, earning $1,600,000 across 8 episodes at $200,000 per episode. He also served as executive producer. While the show was canceled after 1 season, Bob earned an estimated $200,000 in cancellation residuals. That same year and in 2025, he appeared on The Bear as Uncle Lee for $50,000 total across 2 episodes. His Emmy-nominated performance earned him an estimated $20,000 bonus. Looking ahead to 2025, Bob has 2 major films releasing. Nobody 2 will see him return as Hutch Mansell, now earning $3 million as lead, producer, and writer for this $25 million Universal sequel. Estimates suggest he could earn another $1 million in projected box office bonuses. He's also starring in Normal for Magnolia Pictures, earning $2 million as lead and producer for this $15 million action film. Finally, Bob returned to the stage in 2025 with a Broadway revival of Glengarry Glen Ross, playing Shelley Levine. For this 20-week run, he earned $500,000, comparable to other major stars like Macaulay Culkin. He's estimated to receive another $100,000 from box office, recoup share. So let's add this all up. From his $30,000 start on Saturday Night Live to his $3 million Nobody 2 payday, Bob Odenkirk has earned approximately $34 million in base compensation throughout his entire career. When you factor in all the back-end deals, residuals, bonuses, and syndication payments, which total an estimated $5 million, Bob Odenkirk's complete career earnings come to approximately $39 million.